Hi, I'm Cori Lassahn. I handle the marketing here at Gainey Vineyard, and I'm also the owner of Vineyard Yoga, Ynez Valley, where I do yoga at different wineries in our beautiful wine country. Now this morning we're here at the Vineyard View lawn at Gainey, and I'm going to do a 20-minute yoga practice on our lawn, and then afterwards we're going to do a tasting with Melissa Sasso from our tasting room, and she's going to taste 3 wines with us. So grab a yoga mat and join me, and let's begin. So we're going to start on our back. So go ahead and lay down. You're going to pull your right knee into your chest and extend your left leg straight. And just hug it in, take a deep breath. And then hold on to that right knee. With your right hand, you're going to drop it open to the right and open your hip up. And then come on back to center and switch it out. Get that left knee hugged in, right leg straight. Good, and then drop the knee open to the left. Good, and then hug both knees up into your chest. Inhale, and as you exhale, hug the knees just a little bit tighter. And then release and take your hands over the top of your kneecaps, and you're gonna open the legs up wide here. Using the strength of your arms, you're gonna roll the knees in big circles here, opening up the hip joints, loosening everything up. And then reverse direction. Good, and then release and come on up to a seated position. All right, so let's take a seat here and sit up nice and straight. And we're gonna start just by loosening up the head and the neck. So sitting up straight, we're just gonna drop our head to the left. Bring your ear towards your shoulder and then walk your opposite fingertips out, pushing them into the floor. Take a nice deep breath here. And then release and very slowly roll your chin to your chest and on over to the other side. Good, take it back to center. Now from here, walk your hands out and drop your head, stretch out your back. And then gently walk it back up. Now spin your wrists towards me, and you're gonna plant your hands down on the ground. So what we wanna do is stretch out here in the forearms right here. A lot of us are now on our computers, on our phones more than ever. And so what happens if you're texting too much or you're on your keyboard too much, you end up getting a lot of tightness right here. So we want to stretch all that out and just let it feel good. It's okay if your hands don't come all the way down. They can be up here. You just want to feel that sensation of stretch. And then peel your hands up, interlace fingers, and roll out your wrists. Good. Let's release, and we're going to come into table. So in table, you want to be on your hands and your knees. Walk your hands right underneath your shoulders. Walk your knees out under your hips. And we're going to start with cat and dog stretch. So you're going to round your back into cat. Tuck your chin up to your chest. Squeeze your belly. Make it round. And then drop your rib cage, tip your pelvis, and look straight ahead into dog. And then go smoothly between those two, exhaling into cat, inhaling into dog. Let this feel really good on your spine. All right, good. Come back to neutral. We're going to pick up the right arm and the left leg and hold it here. Now suck your belly back towards your spine. Keep your eyes on your mat. Hips are nice and level. Hold here. Breathe. And release back to table, and we're going to get the other side. Right leg, left arm. Good. Release back to table. All right, from here, we're going to curl the toes, push back to our first down dog. So you want to push your hips back, drop your heels towards the floor, spread your fingers out and shake your head loose. We're going to pick up the right leg, bring it towards the sky, and then swing it forward, coming into a low lunge. So make sure your knee is right over your ankle here. Take your hands onto your knee, and we're just going to drop in to the hips here, opening up the hip flexor on the left. So a lot of times we get really tight in the hips from sitting. So a lot of us now are sitting on our couches more than ever. We're sitting at our desks. So all that sitting ends up in really tight, short hip flexors. So doing this stretch really helps open it back up. And then we're going to take our hands to our heart. We're going to inhale here and exhale. Spin to the right. Hook your elbow on your knee. Spinal twist. Good. Release. And take that foot back, and we're going to step forward with the other foot, left foot forward. Come on up, get that hip flexor stretch on the other side. Hands to heart, inhale here, exhale, hook your elbow on the knee, twist to the left, look over your shoulder. Good. Release. Plant those hands on the mat. Step it back. Down dog. Right leg lifts. We're going to swing it forward. Come into a high lunge this time. Take it up. And then drop your back heel down. Get a nice deep bend in that front knee and open up to warrior two. So drop your shoulders down from your ears. Square your shoulders and your hips off, and then look over your right hand and softly gaze. Good. Drop down onto your knee with your elbow and sweep your left arm alongside your ear. Stretch all the way through your side body. Good. Come on back up to warrior two. And then switch out your legs. We're going to get the other side here. So deep bend on that left knee. Softly gazing at your middle finger. And then drop down onto your knee. Sweep that right arm alongside your ear. Good. Come on back up. And then from here, walk the feet in a little bit. And then turn your toes out. We're going to slide down, hands over the knees, drop into your groin, into your hips. And just feel that nice stretch you get here. Take your right shoulder, drop it down. Come on back to center. Take your left shoulder, drop it down. Good. From here, come on back to center. Take the hands to heart. Take your shoulders, line them up right over your hips, and sink back down. Now, if you want to challenge this pose, make it a little harder, you can roll to the balls of the feet and balance here. Drop the heels, turn the feet parallel. From here, drop down, place the hands right underneath your shoulders. Now we're going to just slide the hips right and left, loosening everything up. Just let this feel good. Good, come on back to center, straighten both legs. Now we're going to reach down, take your peace sign fingers, grab around your big toes. You're going to pull your head straight down to the mat, squaring off in the elbows. Feel that stretch come along the back of the legs here. Good, and then release, and we're going to walk to the right side of the mat. Drop down, come back to table. Now from here, you're going to line your hips up right over your knees. Walk out with the arms. Drop your forehead to the mat. Walk it back up. Push back to down dog. And then walk your feet up to your hands. Slide up your shin bones till your back is flat. Really pushing into the balls of your feet here. And then forward fold, rounding out your spine. Inhale, rise up, reach up, take up lots of space. Pull your hands into your heart. Take a breath. Next, take your feet under your hips, hip distance apart, feet are parallel. Arms up at shoulder height. We're going to sit down into our hips here into chair. We're going to sweep the hands. Inhale. As you exhale, sweep the hands back, lifting your heels. So we're going to inhale forward, exhale, sweep. Keep going with your breath. Good. Release, shake out those legs. All right, we're going to do another balance posture here, and get onto your left foot. Spread out your toes and pull your right foot up into tree. So maybe you're down at your ankle, maybe you're up on your inner thigh. Just see what feels the best. Hands come to heart, or you can send them up or open. Softly gazing at a single focal point. Good, and then gently release. And we're going to shake it all out. And we're going to get the other side. Bring it up. And then slowly bring it down. Shake it all out. And let's get back onto our mats here on our back. So hug the right knee in, extend the left leg straight. We're going to take a spinal twist here. So right knee hugs in, but we're going to roll to the left and extend your right arm out to a T. Take a nice deep breath here. Come on back to center, get the other side. Left knee in, roll to the right, extend that left arm. Good, come on back to center. One last hug of those knees into your chest. Maybe rock right to left a little bit if it feels good. Come on back to center, extend your legs out straight. Take one hand over your belly, one hand over your heart. Breathe into the hand over your belly. Breathe into the hand over your heart. And then release both hands out. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale out. Soften your face. Relax your shoulders. Soften your belly. And let your legs get heavy. Feel your body sinking backwards, melting into the ground. And just pause here for a moment and allow yourself to absorb all the benefits from yoga class. And then blink open your eyes, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and come on back up to seated. And that is it for our yoga class today. Please stay tuned. We're gonna keep this moving with Melissa. She's gonna do our wine tasting for us. So I'm just gonna grab the camera and we're gonna walk on over with Melissa here. All right, hi Melissa.
Hi Cori. I loved your class.
Thank you.
You did an awesome job. Now everyone, we're gonna show you what we are pouring today. So we have our Diane's Rosé, the 2019 Rosé. We also have the limited selection Sauvignon Blanc. And we also have our limited selection 2017 Syrah. And everyone grab a glass and let's get started. So I'm gonna move some of this out of my way for a second. All right, so it is summertime, it's coming soon. I don't know where everyone else lives, but right here in Ynez Valley, right here at the Gainey home ranch, it is already getting pretty warm out here today. So we decided that we should bring out our summertime wine. So this is our 2019 Diane's Rosé. It's actually named after Dan Gainey's wife, Diane, and they've been married for 27 years. The first year we made this was last year, the 2018, and this one is the second release of the 2019. It's grown about 12 miles west from here, off of our Santa Rosa Road in Buellton, property that the Gainey family has had for many, many years. And this rosé is all Pinot. So let's crack it open and let's try this out. It's 100% stainless steel tank. It's very fruit forward. Nice part about the Diane's Rosé, you could take it picnicking. Once the beach is finally open, you could take it to the beach. You could just have it in your backyard or poolside because it has a twist top. No corkscrew needed. But the one I like about this, it's very fruit forward. Has a little bit of sweetness to it. I'm just gonna swirl it around a little bit just to kind of open it up. You get a lot of that cherry, strawberry, little hints of vanilla. Has that little sweetness on the back part. Kind of wants to have like reminds me of a Riesling when it's super chilled, but not overly sweet, which is really nice about the rosé. Great for brunches. You can pair this with pastas, vegetables, just really light. Or it could just be your day drinking wine. Very fruity. It's a great price point. It's $24 a bottle, and we're gonna have it hopefully all summer long, so definitely give the tasting room a call and place your order. I'm just gonna have one more refreshing sip before we move on to the Sauv Blanc. I'll just leave that there so you guys can look at the label. And you're probably wondering too, the difference between the two other labels. We have our limited selection label that we only really sell in the taste room and through our wine club. And this paper label is our estate lineup that we do distribute to grocery stores and restaurants. However, the Diane's Rosé is only found right here in the tasting room and through our wine club. So you will not be seeing it distributed, but you might see some other of our wines that do have this label that is distributed. The Gainey family purchased this property in 1984, and it's a beautiful piece of property. Here on the home ranch, we grow Sauvignon Blanc, Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, Cab Franc, Petit Verdot, Riesling, our Patrick's Vineyard selection. And so those are just some to name a few. We're just gonna have our Sauvignon Blanc today. And it's grown right here on the property as you pull in on the left-hand side. So as soon as we're able to reopen up, have everyone back, when you pull in to the left, you'll see all of our Sauvignon Blanc. This was Dan's dad's favorite wine, and it was one of his favorites. So it's very dear to all of our hearts here at Gainey Vineyard. And I'm gonna open it up for you. Our Sauvignon Blanc is all done in a barrel this year. It's actually 6 months in a neutral oak barrel, meaning that it doesn't throw off any oakiness. It's kind of like it's in a stainless steel tank, but the wood itself doesn't produce any more flavors. So it's just an actual, a barrel that is no longer in production, but we're able to get a lot of nice minerals out of it. So I'm gonna grab my second glass. All right, so the Sauvignon Blanc, I'm gonna open up just a little bit. This one is gonna be a little bit heavier than the rosé. The rosé kind of leaves you with more of a sweetness to the wine. Sauvignon Blanc is gonna be very fruit forward. You're gonna get a lot of apple, mango, pineapple, bright fruits, a little bit of a citrus. You know, these are all good classifications of Sauvignon Blanc. This one also has a really nice soft finish, doesn't have that grassiness to it. This is just a great wine for, again, light dishes, pastas. If you wanted to do this with lobster, it would probably taste really fine because you have a little bit of that butteriness with it. This one actually sits in a barrel, like I said, for 6 months, and it's grown right here on the property. All right. And then we're gonna finish up with a red. So as the day kind of gets cooler into the evenings, the good news is it does cool down here in the Ynez Valley at night. And we decided, you know, if you're out barbecuing, you know, we're all staying in safe and we're all staying home and cooking a lot more. We thought, you know, the Syrah would be a great one to have for barbecues. You can do this with pork, lamb, New York steaks, prime rib. It's just a nice little variety of everything. So this Syrah is actually grown in our Santa Rita Hills. It's 85% Evans Ranch and 15% Rancho Esperanza, but it's 100% Gainey Home Ranch. This Syrah has always been one of my favorites. It's a great price point. It retails for $36 a bottle. Very fruit forward. This one has a lot of cherry, raspberry, boysenberry flavors. I like this because you actually get the cooler and the warmer kind of all in one glass. So from the Evans Ranch property, gets more of that coolness in the afternoon. This one grows on the hillside, gets a little bit more of that ocean influence to it. And then from our Rancho Esperanza, you get a little bit more of a heat throughout the afternoon. So this Syrah is great with everything. It smells so good. It's got that deep, rich, velvet, pomegranate flavors too. I get hints of vanilla You get a lot of boysenberry, blackberry. Nice part about this Syrah is when you're tasting it too, after you kind of swallow, you get that long-lasting finish, which is really nice. That makes you want to keep drinking it. Very fruit forward. You can tell that it's a little lighter, a little heavier than obviously the other two wines that we poured today, but it's a nice little balance for the summertime. So I hope you guys enjoyed everything today, from Cori's yoga to me doing the wine tasting with you. Please be safe out there. We cannot wait for everyone to come back here to the tasting room. We'd love to see everyone, but I do want you to call and place your orders. And if you need the number, it is 805-688-0558, extension 1 for the taste room. And what we're doing a promotion for you. So if you see this on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, you're going to give us a call, and we're going to give our wine club members 30% off of the prices. And non-members, you're going to get 20% off, only off of the Rosé, Sauv Blanc, and Syrah. So please, please call. You definitely have to call the tasting room. Do not make any orders online through the tasting room, and we're all waiting to hear from you. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and thank you for taking the time out to be with us today.